Well, hey everyone, welcome to your June R3 update. Just as a reminder, Revise, Refresh, Renew is one plan with 11 projects over 2 years to update and refresh the inside of our existing square footage. And we hope over the course of those next 2 years, pay as you go, to raise about $1.25 million. And as of right now, just looking at kind of what already has been given, and what has already been promised. If you put those two numbers together, we're just over $600,000, which is like 48% of the way there. We're so close. And I trust by the next time we have a chance to be together like this, that we'll be able to celebrate that we're over halfway there. That's 211 households have participated in that, and we would love a chance to add yours to it. I'd love to hit 250 here before the next little bit. I'd like to take a minute just to kind of do some big picture work with you for a second, and then we'll jump into some specific details. So go with me in your imagination to a year in the future from now. Okay, so now it's summer of 2024. As we speak, right behind me, we've got a ton of kids here for Vacation Bible School all week long. So what's it going to be like next summer when we're having VBS? I believe that by next summer, this time, we can have done Project 1, which is the adult wing multi-use room, 2, which is the ADA accessible family bathroom, 3, which is the multi-use room on the children's wing, 4, which are the Centrum and lobby updates, 5, which is the parking lot, 6, which is the ramp access to the platform and the Centrum, 7, which is the carpet throughout the whole building, and maybe even project number 8, which is the chairs in the Centrum, and be turning our attention to the last 3 projects, which are big ones, but outside of our building. 9, 10, and 11. 9 is the playground, 10 is the covered access, and 11 is the roof. I think that's where we can be a year from now. And I say that because what we're already seeing in this part of the process is that by bringing people out one time to do several things versus several times to do one thing each time they come, we can realize a bunch of cost savings. So we have just hired a general contractor. We're in contract negotiations, so we hadn't hired, but we're getting close to that final point in time, hopefully in August. And right now they are working with us on what's called value engineering. This was a new term for me. Shorthand is VE, but I love this idea. Their job is to figure out how to give us the biggest bang for our buck. So helping us figure out how to consolidate things. So already, the church council has voted to move project 6 up. So the general contractor is going to do 1, 2, 3, and 6. And that's going to save us, by doing all those projects together, over $50,000, right? So this is a big deal, and that's a big cost savings, and I think we can probably realize a lot more savings as we go through this process by working a little further ahead and a little bit faster ahead than we have been. So that's kind of the big picture. Let me drill down into some of the details now. Right now, we're doing a lot of prep work behind the scenes. So the town of Fuquay has just issued our building permit from the plans from our architect, so we're going to go pick those up in a week or two. Super excited about that. Our general contractor in the next 2 weeks is going to start getting bids for all the subcontractors that they'll need to do the work, and they get at least 3 bids for every category to help us make sure we are saving as much money as we can, and make sure we're stewarding our resources well in that regard. So I'm really thankful for their work. We've also started to meet with the project manager and work on scheduling and plans for the fall to keep as many people meeting and doing ministry as we can while all this sort of construction stuff is happening around our building. In addition to that, we've been meeting with all the groups and programs and folks that use our space throughout the fall, and making sure that it's like a big chessboard, making sure that everybody's moved where everybody needs to be moved so that everyone can keep on keeping on. By the way, if you haven't reached out to schedule something for the fall and you know you need it, go ahead and reach out to our scheduling folks, because it's a masterpiece of a plan, but it takes some really diligent work. So go ahead and reach out there. So while all of this is happening sort of behind the scenes, we also cleaned out a lot of the storage stuff and reconfigured and reorganized to make room and make space for all the things that we're going to need over the course of the fall. And once we have our new spaces, all of that is going to kind of culminate towards the end of August. And we're hopeful that they're going to be able to start construction in September so that maybe we can get everything done before Christmas. You can join me in praying for just that sort of reality. So that's what's happening kind of behind the scenes. So here's why I say that now it feels like a crucial time to me. Again, let's return to this idea of value engineering, right? There's lots of parts and pieces to that. But one of the parts and pieces is that if you can get people out one time to do several things versus asking them to come out several times to do one thing each time they come, we can save money, right? When we made our original projections about how much each project cost, we assumed that project would be done on its own. So when I say that I think by next summer, we can get from project 1 all the way to project 7, or maybe even project 8, this is what I'm talking about, right? This feels like a crucial moment for all of us. Like if you've been waiting on the sidelines for a moment that you think is going to make a big difference, this could be one of those moments. If we can see like a nice little surge of giving in the next few weeks, right, over the next 2 months, we can put some plans in place today, like over the course of the early fall, that are going to allow us to knock a bunch of these projects out all at once. So when the carpet people come out to put new carpet in project 1, 2, 3, and 6, they can also do all the spaces that we've got planned, for project 7. If we don't have the money raised, if we haven't got all those plans in place, then we're going to have to just pause and ask them to come back later, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that if that's what we need to do. But what I'm saying is I think if we can consolidate a lot of these things, we can knock a lot of it out at once, save some money, and move way on ahead so that by next summer this time, we're looking at the last 3 projects for this thing. So if you've got questions about R3 that you think we can help answer, we'd love to hear from you. We've compiled, anytime someone asks a question, we update our frequently asked questions, which is on our R3 website, fbumc.org/R3. So you can go check those out. There's also a way to give there if you're ready to do that. Or if you have questions and you want someone to follow up with, or just go have some coffee and a chat, we'd love to do just that. And there's a space that you can reach out to us easily right there also. So if we can help in any way, please don't hesitate to ask. And I look forward to our next update where I suspect we'll have some very exciting news to share. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.